Morning, good afternoon. How are you all doing? Thank you for joining me today for another MiramoPDF Coffee Break webinar, the 7th in the series. The previous 6, if you're interested, are uploaded on the Miramo YouTube channel. If you want to check those out, that would be great. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be even greater. These webinars are just 15 to 20 minutes long. They're pretty quick. They won't take up too much of your time. If you have any questions, put them in the chat window, and if I can get to them, I will. And if not, I'll follow up with you afterwards. So thank you again for your time, and we'll get started. So I'll share my screen. Okay, so today's webinar is called Single Template Multilingual Publishing with MiramoPDF 3.0. So up to now, previous to MiramoPDF 3.0, you might need a separate template for CJK languages or Hindi or other languages like that, because you wouldn't have a single font that would cover all those languages. Now there's functionality within MiramoPDF that allows you to switch between fonts for different documents. And I'll show you how that works. So to make sure we're all on the same page, MiramoPDF is a GUI-driven PDF formatter, and that is for the automated publishing from any CMS, CCMS, or XML authoring environment. And why would you choose MiramoPDF over other PDF formatters? The reason being is that it is GUI driven. It's a low code, no code solution. Because it's GUI driven, you don't need XSLFO, you don't need CSS, and the GUI itself is very easy and intuitive to use and requires very little training to get started. All this means that you can increase the speed and efficiency of your documentation processes, because it allows you to create and maintain your PDF designs in-house. And this reduces also the delays in outsourcing your coding to another department or an external consultant. Also, the PDF design time is very fast. We say about 1/10 of a coding solution, and you can create your new designs from scratch or recreate existing designs very quickly. And then the maintenance, the day-to-day maintenance of those designs, and that's a real beauty, is that it takes a few minutes. So all this adds up to significantly reduced costs. The savings are made by reducing or practically eliminating coding costs and the increase in efficiency. Right, so a little bit about MiramoPDF. There are desktop to multi-channel enterprise licenses on both Windows and Linux. It's standard-based. It's very powerful and highly configurable. Excuse me. It can achieve any level of sophistication of documents, so it can produce all document types, finance, manufacturing, pharma, marcoms, etc. It's PDF UA capable, and it has the functionality to allow you to import legacy PDFs. So any PDFs that you want to include in your documentation, but you don't want to convert to structured content, can be imported alongside DITA content, and it'll look seamless. There is very easy integration with the Miramo DITA OT plugin, and for non-DITA solutions, there's very simple XSLT for integration. So how does MiramoPDF work? So it's for DITA specifically, this is the flow, but obviously the same principle applies to non-DITA structured content. So the Miramo DITA OT plugin takes the DITA, performs a topic merge, and then transforms it to Miramo XML. This is the Miramo fully documented version of XML, and it contains content only with referencing to formatting. All the formatting is controlled within the GUI template designer, Miramo Designer. And then the composition engine takes the Miramo XML and the template and renders the PDF. And I'm going to show you how that works. We're going to look at Miramo Designer. Right, so to Miramo Designer. Okay, so this is Miramo Designer. I'll just move my little head over here. Right, so what we're looking at here on the right-hand side are all the categories of formatting. So the formatting is split out into all these different categories. It's very easy to navigate, and there's more categories down here. For example, you can define all your colors here. You can define the table of contents, the levels, etc., what paragraphs are included. You can define the properties of the overall document. You can see when I clicked on a specific format definition, the properties of that format definition are displayed in the central column there. I'll go down to the page def. On the left-hand side, we're looking at a cover. If I double click on the right, there's a representation of the right cover. If I go back to the cover page, let me just show you. This is interactive. If you can click on the objects on the cover page and you can place them wherever you like. If you notice, as I clicked on that object, the properties of the object displayed in the center column here. You can change the values of the object here, the sizing and positioning, or you can, as I showed you, clicked and dragged and dropped, the values change automatically. You can align these objects on the, I'm going to just move that out for dramatic effect. You can align these objects in a way that you're already familiar with. So you select them, right click, align to last selected on the left edges. And there you go. So that's very simple to do and intuitive. This image I imported by clicking on this icon here and browsing for the image. You can import by reference or copy it into the document. You can see the properties of the image displaying here in the center. If you want to make this a replacement image, select it here and specify the location name within the data. And that will make it a replaceable image if it's referenced correctly within the data. Okay, another formatting category is the paradefs, the paragraphs. Here are all the paragraph formats that are applied. You might be wondering, what is the mapping from data to these paragraph formats? This happens automatically, and I'll explain to you how that works in a moment. And it's fully documented within the MiramoPDF Getting Started guide. So you can check that out afterwards if you like as well. Now I'm going to show you the formatting that is applied to this variable on the cover page. So I'm just going to click on the variable and it automatically brings up the properties of the paragraph formatting that's applied, that will be applied to this variable. So you can see all these properties and you can control all these properties for that paragraph. Also, if I click on article down here, article title here, double click on that, it'll display how that paragraph displays here and how it's going to look in conjunction with other paragraphs. So if I pick, let's see, a topic title, I can see what article title is going to look like if it's displayed near a topic title or a book title, alt title. So it gives you some context to the formatting you're changing. If I arrow up here in text size, you can see it changing. If I change the color here, there, exactly. So you just get some instant feedback as to how it's going to display. Okay, so that is the paragraphs. And here's where you format the tables. And if I go down here, there is more categories of formatting. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a document produced, a development PDF produced using MiramoPDF and that template that you just saw there. So what makes this a development PDF are these tooltips here. If you roll over these tooltips, you'll see that that variable is formatted by paradef article title. And I showed you that in the template. So all this information is contained within this development PDF. This is your Bible to make all the changes that you want to the formatting. So how it actually maps the information is given to you in this development PDF output. So there is the formatting applied to that variable. Here's the information on the image imported. It tells you here in red that this is a cover page and this cover page is contained in a cover section. So there's also format definitions called cover. There's cover sections, and you can define what pages are included in a section. Okay, here's the table of contents, and here's the formatting that was applied to the header of the table of contents, formatting applied to the top level of the contents, the second level, the third level, etc. You want to make any changes to how these are displayed, you go into PowerDev Talk 3 in the template that you just saw, make the changes, save the template, rerun it, and you've got your new design. So we're talking about multilingual publishing. So you can see here on the left, there's English, German, Simplified Chinese, and Hebrew. So English is rendering perfectly with Frutiger Light, so is German, but it's not rendering the Simplified Chinese correctly, and it's not rendering the Hebrew correctly. So this, of course, is the issue that I explained earlier. Not one font covers all languages. And how MiramoPDF solves this issue is that when the you can switch fonts depending on the XML lang within the data, and you just specify the font that it's switched to and in the template, and I'll show you how you do that now. So here we go. I'm just showing you more things not rendered incorrectly, but here we go. Here's a body PowerDef is applied here. That's the formatting that's applied. All right, so back into the template, let's make our changes so that the Simplified Chinese and the Hebrew display correctly. So the category that controls the font that will be applied depending on the XML lang within the data is the composite font def here in the bottom menu. So I'm going to click on composite font def 1, and I'm going to define the fonts that are applied with the change in the XML lang. So for when the XML lang is equal to Simplified Chinese, I'm going to apply Microsoft Yahai. There we go. I'm going to leave put the font weight at regular, font angle at regular. I'm going to leave the text size and leading for now, but if you want to balance out your the look of the document, you might want to change the text size and leading. And I'm going to change the text color so it just stands out to mauve. And then I'm going to add another sub font for Hebrew. When the XML lang is Hebrew, it's going to apply Myriad Hebrew to the document. Just scroll past it there a few times. There we go. Again, I'm going to leave the font weight and the font angle at regular and the rest, but I'll apply another color. Okay. All right, so we've created that composite font def, and now we just need to apply it to the paragraphs within the document. So I'm going to apply it to all the paragraphs within the document, and you can do this with many properties. So I'm going to select all the paragraphs, Control Shift, and then I'm going to right click modify. So you can change all these properties across the board with that group modify functionality. You can change an entire, the formatting of an entire document with a couple of clicks. In this case, I'm going to apply this composite font def 1 that I just created. You can create a number of composite font defs if you want to apply them to different paragraphs. If you want different fonts to apply within the XML line for Hebrew, you want it to switch within different paragraphs, you can do that too. But in this case, I'm just going to apply one. Okay, so now I've applied composite font def 1 to all paragraphs within this template. I've saved the template. And now all that's left for me to do is I'm going to go into Oxygen. I'm going to run a production transformation on the sample data using this new template or this revised template with the composite font def 1 applied. These are the transformation scenarios that were imported from the Miramo Data OT plugin. So I'm just going to run this production transformation. As I explained before, the MiramoDitta OT plugin performs a topic merge on the Ditta, then does a transformation to our fully documented version of XML, Miramo XML. And then the changed template that you just saw is applied to that Miramo XML, and the composition engine renders the new PDF. And this new PDF is not going to have any of the tooltips because it's the production version. And you'll see that the simplified Chinese and the Hebrew now display properly. Okay, so here's that cover page. Here's the table of contents with the simplified Chinese rendering correctly and the Hebrew rendering correctly. And then scroll down through the document. It's all rendering beautifully. All right, so you can see how it would make your life very easy to use one template to produce all languages. And that is just a flavor of the simplicity of using MiramoPDF. Right, folks, so thank you so much for your time. Our time is about up, so I'll answer any of your questions in the chat window later. But if you want to check out those other videos on the Miramo YouTube channel, please do. I'll just leave up the last page of the presentation. If you want to contact us, please email us at support@datazone.com. You can download MiramoPDF, a trial version of MiramoPDF from our website. If you want to contact us via LinkedIn, please do, or myself or my colleagues. And then, as I said, there are loads of videos up on the Miramo YouTube channel if you want to check those out too. So hopefully see you the next time, and thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.